I'm apparently just hopping into system after system here. So here I am, freshly turned into a dancer, and I've been dealing with the flame dudes a bit. Where's the thingy? So I'm Flame Sergeant first class, which is not that far in yet. But importantly, I did finally unlock the ability to give them my gear, which I'm a little afraid of. I gave them a bunch of the lower level stuff, but I stopped around level 50 because it's a little stressful because I have four classes, a samurai, a monk, a dancer, and a culinarian, and like I don't know how to tell what stuff is safe to turn in at this once I'm in the danger zone. Like this stuff. This is the monk's finish your storyline, a gear. So I think he's wearing that right now, but he's not wearing that right now because he's not a separate person in my party. He's me when I'm a monk. So like it's not marked as equipped. Like, I guess I can sell anything that has the classes. Yeah, I saw this just a second ago. So if it's something I can't wear on any of my classes, it's red. I did notice that. There's an interesting little detail where if you look in the bottom right corner and under the item level, it says what classes can use it. Green means you can use it now. White means you can use it somewhere. And red means that you don't have the class that can use it at all. So I guess those are safe at the very least. But there's definitely more I could... That was all of them. There's definitely more I could give away. And they were like 1,000 each, which is a decent amount of progress, at least at this point, where I think the last level up I did cost 7,000 seals. So these are really valuable for speeding through this progression system. But yeah, having 4 classes, I can't tell which ones are safe to sell. I don't know if there's really a system. Oh my god, you are glowing. It's too much. It's legitimately too much. Bloom is unpleasant in a lot of cases. I don't know if I get the point. Oh well. But anyway, when I talk to him now, instead of there was a couple times where when I ask for promotion, he says to max out your hunting log, and I've done that twice now. But now I need to catch up with Swift apparently and like story quests, and that's why we're here. Maybe this will be a video too. To be considered for the next rank, you must prove yourself in the eyes of Commander Swift. The commander is here at the Hall of Flames. Speak with him to learn how you might go about proving your wealth. So I can't spend any more seals until then, and I've already got like 24,000, so I can probably jump a few levels the moment I get past this threshold. Definitely getting a boost from being in modern content. Like, I have gear that's higher level than this entire game was back then, so its flame seal value is pretty high. So I think a pup no longer... See, Shadows Uncast is level 44. A pup no longer is level 30. And Peace for Thanalan is level 43. So let's do 30. Sergeant Dargavesh, I've been keeping a close eye on you of late. Your efforts on behalf of Ul'dah do us all proud. Yes, I understand now what the Flame General saw in you. It would not be an understatement to say that the future of our grand company is riding on your capable shoulders. And yet, it is also clear to me that you have only begun to tap into the depths of your potential. I have news for you on the global scale of what I've been up to. Your flame burns strong, but it may yet grow stronger. Yes, I would see you become a blazing inferno that reduces all that oppose Ul'dah into smoldering embers. It is with such hopes that I have made arrangements for you to receive training at the Wolf's Den, a proving ground established by the Eorzean Alliance for the training of Grand Company recruits. Mayhap you are familiar with it. That look in your eye tells me you are eager to take to the road. I knew I had not misjudged you. The Wolf's Den is to be found just off the shores of Lanaska. The ferry at the Morabi dry docks in lower Lanaska will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Birkoya Lotalson, I have already taken the liberty of submitting a letter of recommendation on your behalf. I guess I'll do these one at a time, including the getting them in the first place. Even though they don't seem to be a chain, they're parallel quests, but picking them all up at once will be confusing time. Hey, it's the same costume I was just talking about. I really like the monk costume. I never really got to wear it because I happened to switch to samurai right when I finished that quest chain. But like, I thought that was a cool costume. It's part of what sold me on picking monk in the first place, is I thought it looked, I thought the costume they show you when you pick the class looked neat, but then it turns out you don't look like that until you finish the entire original game's campaign and storyline, and then max out your class for the original game. So, whoop, and then you can't use it if you switch off that class. Whoops, whoops, whoops. So we're going to the wolves' dens. Shit. I forgot. Whatever. Oh! Okay, so it's like next to something I've been to. I've apparently never been here before. Or I didn't attune. When I say I forgot, it's that I was about to say or do something, and then I completely lost track of what that was. And now I don't remember. Oh well. I'll either do it later, or it never mattered. Can you take me to the wolf's den? Man, I'm so far behind on this stuff. Just like I'm behind on my side quests, because people are like, he still hasn't done the Chocobo quests? And then I also, there's all of the A Realm Reborn beast tribes. This skiff is bound for the wolf's den. Might you care to join us? Test your skill at PvP. PvP, player versus player duty, involves battles fought against other players rather than in-game creatures, and incorporates an independent battle system with its own unique set of rules. Final Fantasy XIV offers several different varieties of PvP, from ranked matches to casual training, anywhere from 2 to 72 participants. They want me to go to their website. Holy shit. Is this a PvP quest? Am I about to PvP? I have no idea what PvP looks or feels like. Get. Wait. My bars. There's PvP bars? Is that what I'm looking at? Oop. Foot graze. So that's me switching to social bar apparently. The fountain combo, the blade shower combo. What does that mean? Damn it, now it's doing the thing where it auto switches. I can't stay in combat because it puts it away. Windmill, then blade shower. So you press the same buttons multiple times? Technical step? I don't think I even have technical step yet, do I? I mean, you just pretty much just press the glowing ones. Yeah, they changed all my buttons. That's too much to research right now. If I get thrown into PvP for this quest, then I'm just gonna like stumble through it, and we're just gonna live with that. Hey, have I made any more money? I'm trying to sell like a large amount of items on this character. Oh, selling 11 items. That's good. Because he definitely had 20 going. I don't think I have ventures unlocked yet, though. How much money did you make me, buddy? Oops. Withdraw Gil. Holy shit. 20 grand. I'm gonna make all my money back at this rate. You're doing a good job, guy I painted eyebrows on. So he's the only Rothgar that has eyebrows. It's really funny to me. And I'll never decide fully whether you pronounce H in Hrothgar or not. Ask the Skyrim fanboys. I guess I could play Skyrim to check. Or I could just check whatever the source is where Skyrim and this game got the word Hrothgar from, because it's from reality, I'm sure. Probably Viking. Because Skyrim. I would not have guessed that the cats were Vikings, but sure. All I know is that if you don't specify Final Fantasy, if you type Hrothgar, you get a bunch of Skyrim shit, and that's how I noticed that. This is music. Is there like a tutorial where I fight bots? And that's what they might want me to do? Or am I gonna have to disappoint some teammates? I don't recall seeing your ugly mug from around here before. You say that Swift sent you. He said he was sending an adventurer, not some simpering sea louse. Bah! If I had known it was your sorry hide I'd be dealing with, I'd have spit on your recommendation papers and tossed them into the briny deep. But much to my chagrin, you made it here in one piece. Do you know who I am? Guy who has a very hard name to pronounce. So listen up. They call this place the Wolf's Den, but you're no wolf. No, you're the runt of the litter, a whimpering, drooling pup. Sir, I'm a cat. Who'd be lucky to suckle the drop from your mom's teat before your bigger siblings grabbed you by the neck and tossed you aside to starve like the wretch you are. Holy shit. That's a... First of all, that's not how wolves work either. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that wolves are a pretty communal family unit that aren't. This is some like made up alpha bullshit you seem to be leaning on. Stand up straight, maggot. There ain't no place for the faint of heart, and I give your sorry ass till dawn before you run home with your tail between your legs crying for your mom. That is what wolves do. You're beyond help, but because I am feeling so goddamn generous, I'll give it to you anyway. If you have a mind to learn something, come back and I'll beat it into you good and proper. Next time you show your ugly mug, I want fangs dismissed. Sir, I can't not show my fangs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That was really insensitive of you. You've been granted entry to the Wolf's Den. The floating arena is used by grand companies of Eorzea, a training facility for the recruits. Inside the pit, you'll match your wits against other adventurers just like you. If you're interested in joining the battle, speak with the attendant in Braveheart. I don't want a PvP, but I already came here. You've come to the Wolf's Den, maggot. If you got business with me, state it loud and clear. Here to train, are you? I've laid in a few trinkets for your sniveling sissies to... Don't say that. To rip each other's guts out over. Don't say I didn't give your maggots the proper motivation. To the victor, the spoils. What's the Wolf's Desk? What are the rewards? It's fine. How does this work? I got 1,400 flame seals just for being insulted by this man. The Feast training match. Oh, aren't there like events about like the Feast sometimes? Okay, so it's called training match. That means it's for babies, like me. Average wait time 21 minutes. What the fuck? All right, well, shit. Can I leave? Spell ready in less than 30 seconds. Oh, I used it too recently? Well, waiting those 30 seconds is faster than trying to go back in any other way, I guess. Actually, you could teleport with money, I guess. 21 minutes for a fucking training match. I'm gonna start doing another mission. It's gonna interrupt me in the middle of that. That's just gonna be what happens today, apparently. There you go. At this point, I put return as just a thing that I type myself. They'll probably do more and more for some of the really obvious commands that I don't need to remember exist. Like having a button for mounting is obviously useful. But particularly, I think I read that Piloton and Sprint stack to make you faster. And so I wanted to do both of them at the same time. And so that replaced my return button. So I still have teleport, but return... Eventually I could type teleport myself, I guess. And I think it might be TP. Nope. Why does TP not work? Come on, guys. TP should work. Unless it's slash... No, slash T is probably slash tel or something. Slash TP should work. You shouldn't have to write teleport. I'm sure. Does that work? Yeah, teleport works. You should be able to write /TP though. That'd just be easier. But it is up here right now. My bars are just a fucking mess. The double tap triggers are a mixture of buttons that I already have on my main bar for the social stuff, and then my samurai buttons, because apparently they don't switch out all of your bars when you become a new class, which is its own disaster. Why would you? I would definitely expect more of the World of Warcraft set of thing, where if you change specs, all of your bars get reset from scratch, but it also saves what your bars were like on the other spec. Because what use is it for me to have samurai buttons as a dancer? Why? Clear those out. All my bar, because I don't know if I can remap what left trigger and right trigger take me to when I double tap them. So that's kind of annoying. I don't want to have to, if I switch to samurai, I don't want to have to find those buttons again and map them again and think about where I wanted them to be before. I don't know. It's just, that's sloppy. Don't do that. At least some of the bars seem to have reset, because I think my original bar changed. I don't know if it'll be that way, if the old stuff will be there when I go back, because I've never gone back to an old class before. Well, I do go back and forth between combat and culinarian, so on that level it seems to work. I don't know. This is some of the stuff is stuff you'd think would get fixed at some point. That's level 44, so I guess I should do the level 43? Peace for Thanalan. Swift is involved as an involved assignment for veteran adventure. Well, are you also in this faction? You're also in this faction. What's the level's yours? I'm just gonna do all these people's side quests that say they unlock things in the order of level. What is this? Like civilized men and women, immortal flames. I see hexagons. Lieutenant Mimio is looking for a few good soldiers.
Ah, Sergeant Dargavach. If you have a moment, I discuss a matter most grave which concerns the flames and by extension you. Perhaps you're familiar with the Battle of Cartano? Countless Eorzeans and Garleans massacred by an elder primal, end of an era and so forth. Good, good. For a moment I feared you'd been living in a cave for the past 5 years. Then surely you know about the Cartano Flats, where the battle took place, as a hellish wasteland littered with remnants from that fateful day. Hardly anything of consequence can be found there now, eh? Certainly nothing worth protecting, and yet in spite of that, the Eorzean Alliance continues to maintain a military presence in that region. Why do you suppose that is? Because there is something there of consequence, Garlean Ruins to be precise. They were discovered following the Calamity, and allied scholars have been studying them ever since. 3 nations worked in tandem for a greater good. It should come as no surprise that it would not last. You see, Ul'dah, Limsa Lominsa, and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. Negotiations have thus far proved fruitless, and so we are to settle the dispute on the field of battle. Oh, but do not misunderstand. We won't be going to war with our allies. Hostilities shall be confined to the disputed territories, and we shall fight to submission, not death. Is this an entirely PvP faction? Is this the PvP reputation? Because that wasn't clear until now. So, there is no cause for concern. Oh no, you won't be expected to kill your opponent, merely drive them to deprive him of the will to fight. I say you because the only reason I deign to share this information with you is because of your company needs you, Sergeant. We'll be damned if we're going to let a foreign power lay claim to these ruins, so we need every able-bodied soldier we can muster on the front line. I expect you to have questions and concerns. Very well, speak with your man at the airship landing, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. And then there's another one. Let the hunt begin. I need to level up or something. There's also a little bit of a complication in that we're members of the Flames, and then I think these are like more Flames dudes you can talk to. But as it turns out, it's like based on your faction. I am the OIC, I don't know what OIC means, Quartermaster affiliated with the Immortal Flames. It's my duty to provide the free companies to pledge their allegiance to the Grand Company, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it's based on your free company's pledge. So apparently your fucking free company can be pledged to a particular group. And I guess the people running this free company that we're in, despite me and Andrew and Effie all being Flames, this faction is pledged to Maelstrom. So, welp.
Our free company isn't the same faction, apparently. This is a problem you can face. I didn't even know this was a thing I'd have to deal with. Okay, so I'm still in matchmaking, and I'll probably be there for years, and I'm probably about to learn about a new thing that... Is this going to also make me go into matchmaking? Should I just accept the other ones too, before I leave? Because otherwise I'm going to keep coming and going. I don't know, let's take a look. Try to maintain any kind of coherency. Where is this? It's like in the middle of Ul'dah. Can I teleport to the other side of the gatekeeper? It's somewhere in the middle. I wish I knew how to navigate the towns in this game. They're just... It's really weird to have a town that's so many segmented loading screens separated from each other when MMOs that came out like decades earlier weren't like this. Maybe not plural decades, but decade earlier. I've never seen a game segment its capital cities into separate loading areas. And then there's weird like dead ends like this that look like they'll take you there, but they don't. And then you want to like teleport there, right? But then you're like, how do I teleport there? Because it's a list of names, and I can't see the part of the map I'm trying to teleport to from here very well. Let's see. Gladiators Guild. What stands out to me is that Death Stranding had a director's cut recently, and apparently, originally when you teleported between places in Death Stranding, you used the a list like this one. And in the director's cut, they let you go around on the map and click on where you want to teleport to, which is just better. And they clearly added it afterwards as a quality of life improvement because it's better. Because people are like, oh, I want to go here. How do I go there? Like, oh, well, here's a drop-down list. I'm like, I want to go here. I don't know what the drop-down list... I'm just waiting for this game to, like, implement that change. Because it kind of probably needs to. I don't know how to get around. I'm still doing it wrong? I teleported to the middle. Shouldn't there be an elevator here? I don't see an elevator. I'm used to like the elevators in Limsa and Laminsa at least. I'm about to pop my queue while I'm still trying to get in here. Why do we have to, do we have to form a party? Can't the, it's because there's also, on top of segmented areas, there's also multiple floors. This is a really confusing town to navigate. Let's see. You take me up? Is this up? Am I going the right way? I'm surprised that the training mode isn't just a bot match to let you get into the feel of what it looks like or whatever. I'm surprised you face against real people. Now I'm in the Scholar's Walk, which is also the wrong place. I guess this is where you become a scholar. Curses upon anyone that does this shit. What is this? It's well, just put a stone in it if it's gonna be its own map, because I don't know how to get there. It's the fuck. Merchant strips, merchant strip. Merchant strip, merchant strip. How do I fucking get there? How the fuck do I get there? The wellhead lift. Where's the hell? Where's the wellhead lift? Oh shit, is it over here? There's so much square mileage that doesn't do anything, but you have to navigate it. There we go. I spend so little time in capital cities. Sergeant Agavesh, come to join the flight, have we? Very good indeed. If it's a primary form of transportation in the form of a Zeppelin landing, why wouldn't it have a waypoint? Wouldn't she put a waypoint at the... Like, there should be a stone at the transportation nexus. It just makes sense. If you're gonna use the airship for anything meaningful. They're stompy dancing. It's cutscenes full of only the old races. They ran through each other. You cut that a little too late, didn't you? Now, before we proceed, I must warn you, this isn't going to be like some jaunt into the wolf's den. I haven't even done that yet. It's taking too long to queue. You'll be pitted against wave after wave of fellow Alliance members in battle, and they won't care one whit if you're a Warrior of Light, because they're also the Warrior of Light. This campaign will be long and brutal, and victories won today may be undone tomorrow. Consider the Borderland Ruins. We need to only seize control of each ruin in the region, right? Wrong. Defense is paramount as well, for our rivals will muster forces to challenge our claims. It is for that reason we have established an airship route direct to the front line. Those who are ready to fight, are willing to fight, will never want for transportation. But you'll have to find this place every time. Ah, but the look on your face bespeaks confusion. Are we at war or not? What is this bollocks about no killing? That's what I am, just totally bloodthirsty. What in the Seven Hills is going on? That's what you're thinking, yes? It's less war and more organized violence to resolve territorial dispute, also known as war. It's war, but with foam swords. I guess this is like the dancing I was doing in the sun drop stuff. Ah, yes, it is to be civilized violence. Killing Alliance members is strictly prohibited, though accidents have been known to happen, mind you. But you, of all people, have nothing to fear. You've escaped certain death more times than I can count. What are the odds you'll fail to do so this time, eh? 300 kill! It was a different world. Frontline. The Borderland Ruins, located in the outskirts of Cardinal Flats, are now accessible. Control this ancient Allegan site is decided via large-scale player versus player battles known as Frontline campaigns. Speak with the Grand Company flyer at one of the airship landings to further the details. Duty changes every 7 a.m. Earth time. Following requirements not met. Duty changes at 7 a.m. That is not an answer. That doesn't explain shit. What the fuck do you mean? Are these custom matches? Does that mean you can bring everyone you want and you fight each other just for fun? Like a duel? They mean what they mean is only one of these is available on Sol Hakar. So I guess I'll queue for that next after this one happens, and then I'll go back and do the other storyline in the meantime. Unlocking PvP things. This is going to be my disgraceful PvP episode where I just play it all wrong and I don't even know what my buttons do that well, and you know, I just hope that the pre-made PvP bar they gave me makes some kind of sense, and I'll hit the glowy ones. It looks like they condensed my combos into single buttons, like you press the same button twice to do both moves, which is its own level of weird. But I think it might be because there's PvP exclusive skills that they added. I don't know. This is my Immortal Flames episode eventually, I guess. Average wait time of 21 minutes, my ass. It's up to 31 minutes. I'm avoiding the Eorzea stuff I accidentally triggered for a bit because I don't want to queue. If that's going to be a different video, I don't want to randomly pop into a PvP thing there. I'm going to leave that chaos to this video. So that's what that quest turned out to be. That was the Eorzea intro. I probably cut it. Sergeant Dargavesh, your deeds of late have not gone unnoticed. I've only introduced myself to like 4 different people so far and done nothing. What the fuck are you talking about? As fortune would have it, we have just received a distress call from House Zamal and Ishgard, and I've mind to assign you to the mission. An Ishgard? Did I just reach a reputation that was impossible until the current expansion? That was really quick. Your task in brief, travel to Zamel Darkhold and purge the subterranean fortress of the void scent that lurk within. Prepare yourself, then make your way to the highlands of Kurthus, where the Darkhold lies. Hopefully, a knight of House Zamel will provide you with comprehensive brief when you arrive. I trust you will not let us down, Sergeant. Is this an instance? I think it's an instance. In which case, I'm queued for something else right now. It's not a good time. I'm about to give up on the PvP altogether if it's ever gonna pop. I might opt out so I can do the dungeon at least, if that's what we're about to do. Anything else I think would just pop me out and put me back in where I left off when I finish it. I don't think I can. There's no thinking. I know I can't hot swap between PvP and dungeons because they're both live with other people. What? Who goes there? Oh, you must be the reinforcements. I beg your pardon. Recent sights have left me as skittish as an untrained chocobo. Zamel Darkhold. The name itself sends a shiver up your spine, does it not? The place has been infested by all manner of fearsome void scent of late. Why, I've even heard word of statues come to life. While we Ishgardians pride ourselves on seeing to our own defenses, the threat this time is simply too great. You'll see to those abominations, won't you? I guess I'll go in here. Darkhold. Have I never done Darkhold before? I feel like I've done Darkhold before. I usually name videos the dungeon if I've done them. I don't have a video called Darkhold. So maybe I've never done this one before. This room looks really familiar. Maybe they have maybe there's similar places that look like that. Well, this queue time's already been a half an hour, so I think I'm gonna give up on it. Let's withdraw. There's no confirmation, it just goes instantly. Let's see. Zamel Darkhold join. Average weight! Wait. No. It's still trying to join the feast? Withdraw. Clear selection. There we go. This is a weird interface. I guess it's built entirely around queuing up for all the different things you want to do in parallel. So as a result, it's a little clunky till you're used to it because you have to be aware of what is currently selected and unselected. Logically, I was like, oh, click Zamel Darkhold, click join, and then it's like that should join it, right? But that I didn't. Clicking it does nothing, and the join is not a conditional statement based on having clicked on that. Instead, you have to specifically clear your selection because on a different tab somewhere, it's still, I don't even know how to find the tab necessarily, but some tab somewhere was the PvP tab that still has the previous thing selected, so I had to unselect that. Then come back and match up for Darkhold. Now we just gotta wait for the queue, which will take a bit, but it won't take as long. Mainly because they have this whole... I think that's the whole point of the roulette and so on, is that you're rewarded for just hopping into dungeons in general and just being like, I would like to do whatever dungeon, and then they just throw you into whatever dungeon. But it's not truly... I don't think it's truly random the way that the word roulette would... imply, because in reality what you're doing is you're doing the dungeons other people have picked specifically, because those people all over the game that are trying to do specific dungeons in order to continue the various storylines, or just because they want to do that dungeon or whatever, or they're farming it or who knows what, and they needed party members, and so it autofills from the quote-unquote roulette people. That, so like, it's, I don't think I imagine that the roulette rarely actually leads to a bunch of people that are genuinely not looking to do anything specific that all meet up with each other and then are randomly assigned a dungeon. It could do that if it literally has nothing else to do, but it definitely primarily exists as a smoothing experience so that people that are trying to do a specific dungeon always have people to do it with. Because otherwise old content would really struggle to be done, and that's especially bad if you're playing a game where at multiple points there are dungeons that are required to continue the story, and it would be you would just be blocked. You wouldn't be able to continue the main story and then unlock the future expansions and so on. So that would completely ruin the game. So that's why that's like that, I'm sure. But PvP can't do that. Like, they can't roulette people into the training mode with me, because that's people specifically opting into, like, I'm little baby PvP or don't know what I'm doing, look at me go. And then it's like, all right, well, we're gonna take the top 10 players and put them in a match with you. It's like, that's not in the spirit of things. They might want to have bots though for the training mode if it's going to take more than 20 minutes to find a match, or in my case it was already on its way to 40. Here we go. Unless they don't accept. Please accept. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Man, Dancer is an incredibly showy animation. Pew! I can just spam this every 5 seconds. It's my AoE speed boost that I'm like, do only dancers have this, or does every ranged DPS have this? I don't know if they've been casting it on me periodically and I haven't noticed. Because, like, while it's an incredibly distracting visual on my screen, I'm sure it's not as obvious on other people's screens, because otherwise this game would be unreadable. But, it gives everyone inside of this Lucio circle a speed boost for 30 seconds. Or I think it lasts 30 seconds. And anyone in the circle gets speed boosted. I don't think the speed boost lasts 30 seconds. Like, I don't think it gives them a 30-second buff. Hello, giant frog face. This is looking pretty familiar. I feel like I've been here before. I don't know. Some of the ARRs are kind of generic. So they're hard to tell apart. But it's fun having a Lucio circle, and it fits. With, it's kind of fun because I'm also playing a music-y character, being a dancer, so there's a little bit of a crossover there. It is neat that I can just chase things and keep pressing all my buttons, and I don't have to even be in melee range with them. So the fact that they're kind of running ahead doesn't screw me up as much as it used to. Do I have my AoE combo at this level? I do. I feel so ineffectual when I'm stuck in a dungeon where I can only press one AoE button over and over again without my combo. I don't know if I have my procs though. They don't seem to be activating. Gotta remember to cast it sooner. If I cast it too late, I may as well have not cast it at all. Just chasing him and seeing if anything else is going to be in the AoE while I'm doing it. There's a bigger crowd. I don't have fan dance 2, so I can't do my AoE fan dance. My finisher, basically. Well, I fell down here. Well. Did I fuck that up by falling in the hole? Or did our tank fuck that up by summoning way too many people? Ooh. It's not looking good. I might have fucked up by falling in, or I might have been just pulling way too much. I've tried playing a healer in other MMOs a bit. And it's just really popular for people to like chain pull like crazy. And it's like incredibly stressful when you're a healer. Because you're trying to cast spells that have limited range and so on. And they have a casting time, and the tank keeps getting out of your line of sight and going down curving corridors, and you're watching their health bar drop more and more, and you're like, I can't heal you, where are you going? And then they just keep running and pulling more dudes over and over again, and I'm just like, come on, man. This is really stressful. I think tanks kind of sleepwalk through low-level dungeons, and DPS definitely do, because not much is asked of you. You just press your attack buttons, and you're either doing a good job or a bad job, but even a bad job isn't that different. There's just not that much demanded of you. But healers have to deal with so much, because whenever something seems easy, people react by making it harder. And so the healer just has a real aggro time trying to keep up with what's happening. And panic healing all these different people. There's definitely value in throwing out a heal here and there if you're not the healer and you have that ability, because the healer's often dealing with a lot. Is that the literal boss? Is he running? Speed boost. It's even a green circle like Lucio. You can't trick me. And now is the real fight spot for this dude. I haven't really gotten to use my dance partner mechanics or even any of my support buttons. They're always disabled in these dungeons because they're lower level than the level that they're given to you at. Even though your character starts at 60, so you start with those buttons. That's where that mechanic, the scaling down mechanic, gets really weird. Is the fact that you lose abilities going into old content, even though you never existed at a lower level. But they still give all of these skills a designated level so that they can retroactively scale you down for other dungeons. So they design you like a level 1 character that levels up to 60 and so on, but they just skip the part where you actually do that. So not only do you start with an overwhelming number of buttons when you first make the character, but you can lose those buttons when you play lower level content. It's definitely a different system. Like, I know WoW tries to scale these dungeons now based on just stats and not mechanics, so they don't scale your buttons, which doesn't always work the same way. Where are they going? I don't know what's happening. Oop. Let's get out of that. I guess they went to the other purple spot. They must do something. I looked away because I thought that was a look away mechanic. Maybe it was. He's dead. I got greed on the thing that I can't even use, so I guess I'll throw it in the coffer, whatever. I'll give it to the faction that I'm currently working for anyway. And they'll be like, wow, thank you. Here's some arbitrary currency. I see you've been doing a lot for us lately by dumping a bunch of trash on us. I definitely have some mixed feelings about the idea of just scaling down your character's stats for lower level dungeons like WoW does, because it does. I do sometimes feel like my character's broken, like they're too strong, or they're useless, and it might be because having certain abilities are too strong in certain areas, or in some cases, you feel like you just don't have enough tools to deal with your problems because you're stuck having so few abilities. So like, just scaling numbers alone isn't always enough. But on the other side, I had a thought. What was my thought? Trying to play the game. Gotta pay attention to all these randomized combos. On the other side, I do think that maybe it's a better on-ramping situation in the WoW version. Is when you try out a character and you make a brand new character that happens to start at level 50 or whatever. Which I think might not be a thing anymore with the new scaling system. But you used to start certain classes at level 50 and other points. What they used to do is that they would you would start off with like 2 buttons, just like you do when you make any class. And what they do, and then you would unlock your abilities over time. It's just that instead of unlocking them over the course of like 50 levels, you would unlock them over the course of like 10 levels. So it'd be really rapid fire. But it would give you a chance to play around with your character as the buttons are added one by one. So it functions as a little tutorial. So you can kind of comprehend. You get a comprehensible number of buttons that are like your clear baseline, obviously important buttons. And then over time, they add more and more mechanics, and then you like kind of get it. Whereas when we saw my intro as a dancer, I was completely overwhelmed and couldn't figure out what to do at all. Because they're like, don't worry, we know that you're new at this, so like, don't worry, it'll be fine. We're just gonna put you in this high pressure situation where you gotta perform for some important guy, and it's the fate of our entire dance troupe depends on it, but you'll be fine. And then I'm like, okay, I'm trusting you. And then you go into the situation, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. They're like, just do the step or the whatever. And I'm like, the what? That's not on any of my bars. It's not on the bars I made, and I don't think it was on the bars that you pre-made for me either. Where is that button? And I was just trying to figure out how to do it. And I had to Google it online and be like, internet, how do you do it? And then all the people in the thread are like, yeah, this is a nightmare. I don't know how to do this at all. That's not ideal. I don't think I can attack those guys. It won't let me. But like, that kind of intro would have been really easy if I only had a handful of buttons to begin with, and it was like, oh yeah, press step. But I had so many buttons. Because they start you off with like a full set of like 16 buttons, like enough to fill all your bars. And that's a lot. Especially when Final Fantasy has so many things where you have to like memorize the tooltips of a bunch of different abilities to figure out how they interact with each other. Which is a lot. There's a lot of Final Fantasy buttons where it's like, it's just a whole lot, where it's like you have to read the advanced tooltip and then as you're going through it, reading the effects of what it does. Even when you understand what the button itself does, you have to contextualize it like, oh, it requires me to be in this state, and then it puts me in that state, which means this is the middle button of some kind of combo, but I don't know what combo. I gotta go find the button. I still need to read the other tooltips until I can find the one that puts me in a state that lets me use this ability. So I gotta get that done first. I'll eventually get to the point where I know when I'm allowed to use this ability, and then eventually I'll piece together what the combo is. And eventually you're just like, ah, fuck it. Someone online probably made a diagram that probably is what the game should have had when they told me what these abilities were in the first place. Like, here's your combo. You press these buttons in order. It's weird that the game, as far as I can tell, doesn't have a combo screen, considering how often it just gives you straight up combos. Like, you have to press these buttons in this order, or you're wasting them and not doing it right. It's like, cool, can you show me them in that context then, please? That'd be very thankful. Hank is going down. We're doing something wrong. I am fully in rant mode and whatnot. Or did he AFK? Whoop. The way they were just standing there made it seem like they were maybe AFK. You get that victory music every time you win a roll. Man, AoE, it's hard to chase people with AoEs. I think the AoE casts behind you when you're running. So if you're chasing a group of people, you can't necessarily hit them. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. Almost cast Big Shot. That would have been a funny time to use a limit break. He's a stabby boy in a stabby world. Everyone else skip cutscene. Batral. I'm never sure when I'm in the final boss fight. Maybe it's the one that has the cutscene. Because I want to use the limit break. It often gets unused completely because everyone's afraid to take it. It's a bit of an asshole check of like, do I use things that are a public resource or am I afraid to? Because everybody else might need it, and you do have parties where everyone's afraid to press it, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't use the limit break, and I want to see what it looks like, but I'm afraid to, but I was afraid to press it, but then so was everyone else, so it just got wasted. Okay, maybe standing in front of it's bad. That looked like a combo that had cleave, but I don't know. I am damaged. Big glowy. I don't want to stand here anymore. Okay. That was him turning to that, though. Whoa! Rude? It's like, Batral chooses his next victim, and it was apparently me. Whoop! Basically, I just press the red button, then the blue button, because that's the combo. And then those might proc the green and yellow buttons, so I get to cast those when I want to. They get all shiny if they've procced, which means I get bonus super attacks. It's like a 50% chance or something. And then when I do the super attacks, those might proc my fan blades, and so that I can do that third level of random proc. It's a very luck-based class. It's really interesting that way. Because my main combo has a 50% chance to trigger my ability to cast finishers, which then casts like a 50% chance of me being able to cast like an ultimate, essentially. And then on top of that, I have this like longer cooldown for something called steps. And that's when I do my little thing where it's weird enough that like it specifically replaces my buttons on the right with new buttons, so it's good to put those 4 buttons together, which is what was just intuitive to me. Because then those new buttons turn into 4 other buttons that are like a quick time event where I have to press these randomized buttons in the order that I'm told to do. I think my interface on the right side of the screen tells me what to do, but I ignore that and just look at the shinies. And that does something periodically, I've already forgotten what. See. Unhelpfully, it doesn't tell me what it does, because you have to look at here, right? Okay. Fuck, and then it goes away. It's so annoying! My auto-switching bar, which is so nice, is so annoying for these states, but there's like a lot of buttons where you want to read what an ability does, and you have to just look it up online, because if you try to look at it in-game, it's like temporary tooltips that only show up in certain states because my abilities turn into other abilities, which makes them really unhelpful when you need to read what the thing actually does. But you can't look up what the thing does because it won't let you read it. I'm like, It'd be helpful if they showed, like, even if it made the tooltip really bloated, they could have like a separation line and then start the tooltip for the other ability, and that's like, that's what this ability turns into, would be helpful. Because it's a lot. Ultimately, just some YouTuber teaches the game better, basically. It's the Monster Hunter problem, where some YouTuber probably does a better job teaching you the game than the game does, because the game is so convoluted and its in-game systems are a nightmare to read. Ah, Sergeant Dagavash, we have received word of your success. Have these seals along with your congratulations on a job well done. The goodwill earned with Ishgard due to the efforts will no doubt profit us in our future efforts. Fear not, I will fire a report to upper command to see that credit is given where credit is due. Yes, I see further promotion through the ranks in your future, but you must never allow yourself to become complacent. Always remember why we fight, said Sergeant Dagavash, for coin and country. Next one requires Chief Flame Sergeant. And then also you can fight him in Triple Triad. That's just a whole other thing. Maybe I'll feel like that at some point, but not today. You want Popotasoba. Not even that many seals, to be honest. Hey, I got these ones. I know they're all trash because I just got them and they're green. I'm not afraid to sell greens. Promotion? You have won this commander's approval. Very well. I shall see the necessary arrangements of your promotion. And that requires 8,000. I got it. By the power vested in me, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Chief Flame Sergeant. By this promotion, you are now eligible to undertake a wider range of company levies. May you fight for the last of coin and country. He is a happy boy. And there's a new Swift thing now. You must complete a trial, as well as complete rank 2 in the hunting log. I already did that one. So I have to go receive his approval again. Sergeant Dagavash, ever the shining example to your fellow flames. Time and time again you have risen to the call. Today I would give you the opportunity to add to your growing list of accomplishments. In return for battle chocobos provided to us, the Holy See has petitioned our aid in purging the cavern known as the Aurum Vale of its most foul inhabitants. Our contact from Ishgard, Sir Wilhelmus, will apprise you of the particulars of the mission upon your approval. Maybe I am in like the next expansion now. That might make sense because they're separated into different colors. Like that might be each of the expansions one by one. Maybe. Now it's time to get an Aurum Vale. And it's gonna be another dungeon, very clearly. There is not a nearby waypoint. Is there one in Mordona? Oh well, I'll get there. Kalal? Willialmus?
From the immortal flames, I presume. Yes, I suppose you should suffice. The Holy Seas not want to beseech assistance from foreign armies, but the task before us is a daunting one, and our own knights are occupied with matters of great import. Mayhap you have already heard rumors of the Aurum Vale. Many a miner has been lured into its cavernous recesses by promises of vast fortunes to find only death, and doubly so. If the noxious fumes don't get them, the cavernous fronds that lurk are happy to oblige. While there is little we can do about the former, dispatching the latter would go far in sparing the lives of unfortunate treasure seekers. So it is that we turn to you.
Is there a lot of dungeons locked behind this particular kind of rep grind? Basically? It's basically a rep grind? Yeah? I think you can call it that. Here we go. Ooh. Spookumbats and the same frogs from last dungeon. But now they're green. Actually, I don't know. Were they green? The area's green. And it is time to make a mess. I want out. Who want? Well, we're committed, bro. Don't screw me over now. There we go. I gotta turn this down even more. I'm not used to like how sharp all the magic effects are. So I have like a very different audio setup when I'm playing with my friends. Whereas right now it's more akin to how it is when I'm playing alone. Why is my camera so zoomed in? Like it won't unzoom in. Is there a wall behind me? I don't know. What? Is it a combat effect? Was I under an effect that forces me to zoom in? Is that a thing? The moment that guy died, it zoomed out. What? Wait, do they have a zoom in your camera effect? Is that a thing they do? Why? It's kind of rude. Oopsie. I don't know what I just pressed. That was an accident. Shit. Oh, he's pulling me in. With his tongue, isn't he? What happened there? Did I pull in the first place? Or was that just him, like, grabbing me with his tongue after somebody else pulled him? I don't know. You guys can check better than I can at this point. If I get blamed for it, I genuinely don't know whether or not to... I did it. Yep, that was bad. I think me being surprisingly in there... I did automatic... See, I accidentally pressed double trigger and pressed something, but half those buttons aren't even active on this character. So I don't know if I actually pressed anything. I think I just happened to get pulled in that moment by a tongue attack, which those guys do. And so I thought that I did something. But like, I don't have that, like, I do have a little dash I can do, but I don't think I even have that on my bar right now. I'm just like, I'm not ready to incorporate it yet, necessarily. Yeah, it was just that. That's what happened to me. So he was just already aggroed, maybe. Is it valid to do this outside of combat? I was introduced to this combo outside of combat. I don't know if that means it's a good thing to cast out of combat. I still need to review again what it does. Anything I've learned I've forgotten. And I'm basically casting it out of habit because I had everything else to figure out. A locksmith? That's not what you expect a plant to be called. Do we need to use those fruits on it? There's fruits in the environment. I don't know. Usually people just say, don't do mechanics if you don't know them. And I don't know them. So I guess I won't do them. Lest I invoke the wrath. Maybe it cures something when you get stacked on you. I have an effect on me. There's sludge on my body. Am I taking damage or moving slower? Or both? I mean, he's almost dead, basically. I am dying, though. I'm gonna try a fruit and see if it fixes it. Ow, rude. Okay, yeah, that fixes the gold lung. That is that mechanic. Oh boy. Don't globble at me. They must be really fixated on the tank because I don't think I'm getting any heals. I was just trickling down. And I'd already used the ability, my healing ability earlier. I don't have my AoE heal. I have an AoE party heal, and I've never gotten to use it in a dungeon because they always refuse to let me have it. Because it's a higher... let's see, let's fix this. Every party utility ability I have is a high-level ability. They give you all your buttons first that are attacks. And every time you go into anything less than level 60, they take away all of your utility. So I can't do any, I can't heal my party, I can't make a dance partner. I don't remember exactly what step does, but I think it gives a beneficial effect. And I think it gives it to your dance partner as well. but I don't got one. And I think I specifically read that the heal not only does an AoE heal around you, but does a second AoE heal around your dance partner, which is pretty cool. So you're a ranged person, so if your dance partner's in melee, then you can heal people near you and people in around melee, including the tank. It says that it's diminished when it has more than 5 targets, but I don't know if that includes... if that's 5 targets in total or 5 targets per the 2 AoEs for 10 targets total. They were just gonna run right past that. Oh my god, I got both of them? Jeez. That's the system, right? You just roll need on cosmetics that are only just toys. Because, like, what's the point of need versus greed otherwise? Like, if you don't have it, then you roll need, right? And I shouldn't have it because I've never been here before. Unless somebody gave it to me, I don't know. You can't roll need on things that aren't for your spec, so I think pretty much people just roll whatever the highest roll is possible, regardless. So it probably doesn't matter. I'm sure almost nobody actually needs any items or gear from here anyway. New boss, the coin counter. They definitely got a naming scheme for these dudes. The locksmith and the coin counter. Are they planning a heist, or are they monsters? Or were they heist planners that became monsters? That thing does a lot of that ability does a lot of a particle effect around me and stuff. It might put me in some trouble when I'm trying not to get caught in danger. Oop. I definitely maintain kind of a middle distance all the time, where I'm outside of melee range, but not that far from melee range, which seems to pay off when a lot of these things require me to be close to him in order to not get killed. Also, cones are narrower at the source. The further away you are, the harder it is to get out of the cone. Oop, that's an interesting shaped one. Got him. Yeah, I feel like there's just enough caves in this game that are really similar looking that I couldn't really tell you if I've been here before. That's kind of where I'm at on dungeons. There's definitely distinct ones, but there's a fair number of samey ones when you're dealing with like the random 4-man dungeons. They kind of feel like mass-produced and samey. There's a ton of theming, so I'm like, isn't this the other cave where I fought a Cyclops that one time? Where I kept looking at the floor trying to tell if it had column joining or not, because it looked like hexagons. But like, I'm not seeing that here, so this must not be the same place. But I still have the deja vu of like, isn't this the Cyclops boss I fought last time? And then you have like the intro movies of the 2 dungeons I've played in this back-to-back for this Covenant. Both feature those giant spiky frogs, and I'm like, are they the same place? Oh, pressing the wrong buttons. And I can't be too surprised because there are so many dungeons in this game. Like just in the ARR alone. Time for everyone to run faster. Oh, it's a lot of AoE. Or a lot of AoE targets. Keeping me busy. Nope. You want to be a big shot? Big shot? That's all I can think about. Nope. Pressing the wrong buttons. That was just because I wanted to spend my AoE. Like, well, the fight's over, but I have a proc. I want to spend my proc. The GCD is so big in this game, I'm noticing. There is a real big pause between your moves sometimes. I feel like I should greed ones even when they are for my spec. I feel bad needing them because I don't need them. But I don't know if they're gonna follow the same etiquette, so who knows. Nothing's that important. All I know is I want stuff that I can turn into flame seals. Yeah, my fan does not trigger the GCD. My big ult style move. So you can essentially cast it for free while you're doing other moves. Time-wise, not resource-wise. You do have to proc it in the first place. But yeah, because of the way that it only shows one objective at a time, I'm never completely sure if we're on the final boss. I guess the cutscene might indicate that. But it doesn't just show you all the objectives at the beginning and then so you know how many there are. Accidentally selected myself somehow. Sometimes the controls are complicated enough that even I don't know how I did something. Is there a phase 2? Because they're going down kind of quick. What's this thing? Hooked burrs have dug into your flesh. Gross. The dice rolls are still being resolved. Maybe I'll eat one of these dudes. Will that fix it? Yes. Woo! I think I want to stop these from going off. There was just a bunch of things to hit, so I figured I was supposed to hit them. you know what? I might just dang old be figuring this boss fight out, you know? Ow. I'm about to be dead. I'm gonna do it. Big shot. Ah, he stopped me. No, I got it. That didn't do that much damage, but I pulled out a big gun or something. I think it's a line-based AoE. I mean, it is clearly a line-based AoE. So you can hit all the dudes in a row. I keep hoping we'll make it to rank 2, but I think I keep having to cast rank 1. Which is like the least dancer-y thing possible. Because it's like, it's made for ranged DPS, so it's like a ranged beam. But like a gun. But like, that's not really the style of the dancer, but they're technically ranged DPS, so... that's what it do. Hang on a second. It's not that much to spend, but there's no reason to spend it if I don't gotta. And that's my home. I'm basing the idea that these two things stack on one Reddit post, though, so who the fuck knows? Voop, 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 voop. I had no doubts that you would triumph, Sergeant, but with the swiftness and surety with which you have done so is impressive indeed, and I'm not going to pay attention to the fact that you needed 3 other people to do it. Only you get credit. It would be no exaggeration to say that I've never been prouder of an adventurer under my command. Rest assured that your deeds have been conveyed into the powers that be. I look forward to the day when I congratulate you on a well-deserved promotion for coin and country. Time to get another promotion. See, you've already done so, blah, blah, blah. Your current rank is the thing. You're going to be this. 9K. By the power vested in me, I hereby appoint you to the rank of 2nd Flame Lieutenant. By this promotion, you are eligible to transfer between the 3 grand companies of Eorzea. Oh. I can switch between them freely. In order to lure more adventurers to the grand companies, the Alliance leaders recently introduced a system which allows members of one organization to freely transfer to another. Kinda makes them really arbitrary then, doesn't it? If you wish to shift your allegiance, you may do so by speaking with the personnel officer of the grand company you wish to join. The procedure incurs a registration fee, though this payment is waived the first time you transfer. Furthermore, this promotion also confers into you the right to purchase land or an apartment in one of the residential districts established for adventurer use. I can have an apartment now. That's how deep into this tree that restriction was. If you're interested in owning an estate or other property, I suggest that you speak with the resident caretaker posted to the district you have your sight set on. You'll be able to receive sound guidance on going about purchasing a plot of land, buying an apartment, or buying a hall. You can only transfer once every 15 days, and all of your currencies and whatnot are frozen. Will I be in the same tier? Or do I have to start over? Because that's what I would wonder about. Apply for promotion. Bright as your flame may burn, there are no further promotions available to you. So I'm at the beginning of being a commissioned officer instead of a petty officer. But there's obviously more ranks. So how do I get them? Alright. Googling things again because the game usually doesn't explain them to you. No more promotions. Final Fantasy XIV. Can't be promoted past second flame lieutenant. You need to level your squadron as in complete the level 40 promotion quest for squadrons. Squadron members need to hit level 40 or so until you get a special mission for them to do so called Crystal Recovery. What's squadron? Alright, time to Google that. The game also didn't explain that. Adventurer squadrons. Adventurer squadrons allow players to take command of soldiers in their respective grand companies. After assembling sufficient number of NPC recruits, players can deploy a squadron of soldiers on special missions, reaping. So these are the AFK bullshit. We're like, they'll be gone for 6 hours. Check in later. I hate this Facebook shit. I hate it. I don't like that fucking Facebook games got mixed into RPGs everywhere. The first one that I saw that did it was Old Republic, I think, where you send your followers that you weren't using as a part. You could have one follower as a party member, and then everyone else you would send on like missions to gather resources, and I'll be gone for 8 real life hours, and I hate that. I hate that. They're just ways to get you to log in for more reasons, just because. And they use real life clocks to hook you in on that stuff usually, and like they don't really feature gameplay because there's just other people off screen doing something for you, and then a dice roll happens maybe, or it's just there might not even be a pass fail. Sometimes it's just time and that's it. And it's just like, that's not the most interesting mechanic at all. But the game also gave me no idea where to start doing those. There's no new mission here. Oh, is this it? This just unlocked. The hectic flush of commerce is upon Lieutenant Mimio of the Immortal Flames, and she's fully intends to catch the fever. Let the hunt begin. Ah, sound the horns for the hunt begins. Quickly now, lend me your ears. The Eorzean Alliance has finally agreed to put a bounty on the worst of the lawless. About time. I mean the creatures and men who gum up the works like errant grains of sand. They're to be marked for extermination. That's distressing. That's very fascisty sounding. Praise the traitors and such rewards as befit the task paid out. They call it the hunt, a prosaic sort of name if you ask me. Wonderful to see the Alliance come together for such free market initiatives. Can I change covenants? I might say the cooperation on this point hardly makes a lie on the competition in less fecund areas. If there is enough to share, we share. If not, then it's survival of the fittest. But I forget myself. It is the hunt that requires your services, not the never-ending bickering of nations. And perhaps you need the hunt as well. The work is no sinecure, but the rewards are rich. Speak with the Hunt Billmaster if you would hear more. The Hunt Billmaster. Is this the thing you send people on, the hunt board? What do you want? Ah, the hunt. Do excuse my churlishness, I have my reasons. But let's get on with that, shall we? The hunt board, it's a board. Not much more to say beyond that. Pfft. It's for posting bills. There for the marks to be hunted. One bill for each merchandise. Excuse me, black-hearted villain. You'll notice that there are 2 kinds of bills. There's the regular kind of regular wares, pardon me, regular blackguards, and an elite mark bill for something a bit more special, stronger, more murderous, and so on. Before you take on one of these on, you may consult a hunter scholar. They're a veteran of the hunt who knows the Ramdell Codex by heart. The rest is straightforward. Kill the mark and claim the rewards and allied seals. Then I will accept an exchange for exclusive wares. Do note that I do not only deal in seals, I am also the resident expert in the hunt, and I would do well for you to remember whom to come crying to. I do hope you'll not disappoint me. After all, there is coin in country. Well, there's more than enough of that. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. Allied seals are a type of common currency minted by the 3 Companies forming the Eorzea Alliance. The seals are commonly distributed as reward for tracking down slaying marks for realm-wide hunts. Mark bills posted once a day, Earth time, and elite mark bills posted once a week, Earth time, can be accepted by hunt boards located. Get allied seals. Can be exchanged for various weapons and items. Speak with your hunt bill master for the deals. Okay. So you spend hunt allied seals, immortal flames. More lower level, no, higher level weapons. No, lower level weapons. I mix up item level and level requirement. So they're more level 50 items. I bet I can't use these mostly. Oh, I can wear that helmet? That's a helmet that Hrothgar can wear? Does it delete my horn? I think it does. Yeah, my horn would not fit in there. That almost seems like an oversight. Usually they don't let me wear them for that reason. It's like, you mean you could have let me just wear a helmet? Oh my god, this little shoulder. I could have just worn helmets this whole time. Why does this have like boob plates? Who makes these? The choices they make. Oh my god. This one has abs. I've seen this but in orange before. No mounts or anything. So it's basically a cosmetic store at this point, because it's mostly gear that you won't have a use for. Wait, this is just go kill a... I'm just gonna kill a monkey? That seems mean. Nadelan Watchwolf. Authorized by Raoul Bon himself. Fourth is Central Highlands. And those are the bigger boys. You obtain a stack of mark bills. You've already accepted that one. Does it go on my hunting log? That would make too much sense, wouldn't it? Can I see my current list? Is it visible anywhere? My inventory? Oh, I already had this one. Whoops. I feel bad for needing it then. I don't even know where these cards came from. I guess random dungeons. Mark bills. Use. Oh, I collect all of them. So from my inventory, I can look at my mark bills to see what to do. So this is Korthus Central Highlands. Oops. And somewhere there's a dude they want me to murder. Will it give me updates when I kill them? I definitely feel like you should be able to track this objective on your screen and not have to open a thing in your inventory. But maybe this entire system is not especially worth pursuing to begin with. So somewhere around here, there is a Nadelan Watchwolf. And like any grown-ass adult, I'm just going to Google it. And it's going to say that it's in that part of the map, which is, funnily enough, by Nadelan. So I got to kill 4 of them. Where does this say Nadelan? Oh, there it is. Oh god, there's too many. When I unselect a window, I don't know how to reselect it. So I have to switch to my mouse until I figure that out. Can I go above this mountain and skip across? I don't think they'll let me. Maybe right here? Yay! I'll have to fly around. Not all the way. This is probably kind of boring, but as usual, I'll do it once on camera and then never do it again on camera. It's just like a quick preview of how the system works. And then I'll throw it in the garbage, or I'll do it more off camera if it's worth it for some reason, but it's not the most compelling. Oh, that guy, the guys that aren't my targets are in a fate. Okay, so my bottom of the screen is saying my progress. So maybe this replaced the original hunting log. I still feel like they could have incorporated into the hunting log a temporary quest prompter or something to help you keep track of these things. That would have been a good idea, I think. Spell ready in 1 minute. I don't have that kind of time. Oh no, not the company estate. So that's me completing one of them. Let's go ahead and just be like, there we go, I did it. Let's see what I get. Why does that person have a name? That wasn't a guildmate. Nobody else has names. Every now and then I see one person with a name and I check and they're not in my guild, so I don't know who they are. And why they're the special person that gets to have a name above their head. You obtain 8 allied seals, so I already got them. And you get them instantly. 1740! Are they cool looking or something? That's like a sword. It's kind of neat looking, I guess. Yeah, these are very much like, these are cosmetics. Stabby knives for stabby boys. It's probably a thief. A handgun, but it's spelled strangely. Let's see, there's no samurai here, and there's no dancer, so I can't even get a weapon for my spec. The best I can do is I can get these for my monk, but I prefer to have my monk be bare-handed, bare-fisted. Or I can get some pants. Or this, wait, what's happening with this loincloth? That is some of the least effective loinclothing I've seen. What is going on? The robe suspends outward around your character at like a great distance, and your underwear is clearly visible. You can see like the butt part of your underwear a little bit, but you can see the crotch part like a lot as the actual robe sticks out like crazy. It's like you have a weird floating low cut skirt, which is not how that word usually works. That just exposes your crotch. What is going on here? What is it covering? Just your legs, basically? That's a choice. Anyway, that's going to be an incredibly long grind to get things that I don't have any use for, mostly. I don't know, maybe I'll check at some point to see if there's like one cosmetic I want, but for my own sake, it's probably best just to not join another grind. I was more concerned and a little terrified because there's like normal people and they won't help me anymore. Then there's like OIC people and squadrons or something. I was a little afraid that I was about to find out that I have to do these and this new currency in order to level up this new spec. So I'm a bit concerned that I wasted a bunch of items by turning them into flame seals when it seems like I can't spend them anymore to level up anymore. Maybe there's something worth buying, but probably not. But hopefully I don't find out I could have turned those items into another currency later that's actually relevant now. Yeah, commissioned officer is different for the other ranks, the other groups. Weird. I don't know. That's it for now. I'm gonna have to research what to even do next. I don't even know what expansion squadrons are from. Okay. Got there eventually. I was trying to figure out how to unlock squadrons, and then I couldn't. It's just like, there's like layered research here where the thing that you want will require another thing that you don't have yet, and eventually I was able to trace it back to this place. Rising, I think it's called Rising to the Challenge or something, over in Limsa Laminsa. This is where the tree of requirements is to eventually lead squadrons. We all know how it feels to have had one too many, and that's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal here. As oft used as it seems to be,
I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, swarthy Rogadin who enjoyed his drink, seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quentinane. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I'll offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Bedarin docked my wages. Now, to be fair, I think that some of this is, if I kept doing what it says up here, like this is the main story, and then this is like, I think, sub-stories, like my feisty little chocobo, I think has been sitting here who knows how long at this point. If I kept doing whatever it says there, I might have done this quest, and it probably, if I was making this game, I would set that up to be all of the most important side quests that unlock the most important features in an order that is the best way to do them, like level order or whatever. So if I did all of those, maybe that'd get this quest, maybe. Although I think this quest is level 15 and Chocobo's level 30, so who knows. I think the feisty little Chocobo gives you like a combat companion to run around with, which is like a whole... It's pretty funny I don't have that mechanic actually, but I have almost exclusively played this in a party. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend most nights at the Wench, then in my own home, doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute, that bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? That tight-assed bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Aleport, aye. Where else the scurvy sop? Nymea willin'. He is still stranded at the ferry docks, though the gods know it won't help me get my guild back. The Lemonton ferry docks. There are still a lot of blue quests floating everywhere. You always wonder how important they are, though, from one to another. Trying to go to the Fisherman's Guild. Either there is a metric fuck ton of mechanics, which does make sense. MMOs are crazy like that. Or some of these are just... They just don't really unlock as much as you might think. Hey, it's one of these dudes. You don't see them around very much. Haven't been interacting with them too much. He's all jittery like you'd expect from a mouse thing. They're weird shaped, but they're I like them. You have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure await. Oh shit, this thing. My journal. Why, I thought I'd lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Haha. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perhaps? Perchance? No? A shame that, for this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read if I say so myself, which I believe I just did. Haha! You've got the air of adventure about you, and one almost as accomplished as myself. Had it been you across the table from me at the Wench last night, I imagine the tales would have been great and the ale all the sweeter. Were there only some way for me to repay you, but of course, I've a fresh journal right here, that it might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day you might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off for adventure and a flagon of 20 of the realm's finest ale. Call me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the Wench, you do thank that Elizin fellow for his generosity. Haha. 10 pieces. I'm sure that's worth trash. This is a really early mechanic. You now have access to the challenge log, which will serve a record of your adventuring exploits. The list of adventuring objectives across a wide range of categories. Completing any of these will award you rewards. Completion status is reset on a weekly basis, and it's possible to undertake the challenges repeatedly. Each unique challenge you complete
counts towards overall completion, which yields additional rewards. As you progress and level and advance the scenario, more challenge objectives will become available, giving you the chance to gain richer bonuses. Is that different from achievements? Three dungeons via duty roulette. Almost 1 million experience. Not that much, given how much it takes to level right now. PvP challenges, fates. So I would just be randomly getting spikes of rewards all the time. That might have led to Effie and Andrew getting more experience if they already have the challenge log unlocked. When we're just doing stuff. Do Beast Tribe daily quests. I've been doing so many of those. So I would be getting at least a bit of yeah, I'd be getting 3,000 gil a week, basically, if that's how that works. Just from that. Mini games at the Golden Saucer giving you rewards. Is that MGP? So these give you flame seals, but I think I'm done with those basically. This is doing stuff at the Golden Saucer gives you more Golden Saucer points. This would have been good to have. I didn't know this entire mechanic existed. Man. I really gotta find like the most important quests and do them, which probably is that heading. The guild reception, I don't know what that one's for. Okay, so now... / return. I think that was all that was stopping me from getting squadrons at the base now. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, there's the exclamation point. We're just unlocking mechanics left and right. We've unlocked 2 PvP arenas, the challenge mode, and now squadrons over the course of, I guess this is an episode, whatever this weird mess is. I still need to try the PvP stuff once, I think, just to feel like I'm making a better video, I guess. Lieutenant Dargavash, I'm certain that your duties with the Immortal Flames demand much of your time already, but if I have a word... I'll get right to the point, Lieutenant. The higher-ups have authorized plans to form a specialized squad, and we're on the lookout for a reliable leader. Your name is at the top of the list. You would be responsible for training and commanding a number of adventurer subordinates, and the position also comes with the possibility of further promotion. What say you, Lieutenant? Are you ready to lead? Okay. Outstanding. Let's get you acquainted with your second in command right away. Some dude. He's got a lot of mustache going on. That's not fair. You're taller than me. It's an honor to be serving you, Lieutenant Dargavash. In my capacity as your aide, I'll be filling the role of Squadron Sergeant. And these eager troopers are the inaugural members of your squadron. Form up. It's some dudes. Every one of them is a fledgling adventurer who enlisted in the hopes of following in your legendary footsteps. They're green to the military, aye, but we'll harden them up soon enough. When you get a moment to spare, stop by the barracks and we can discuss their training and deployment in greater detail. I'll leave it to you then, Commander. Or I'll leave you to it, I'm sure is what he said. What do you think? I'll admit they're as raw as soldiers go, but they certainly have potential. I'll look forward to seeing what you can do with them. Right, I won't keep you any longer. Your squad's barracks can be found through the door at the back of the Hall of Flames. May Naldthal bless you with fortune. Naldthal? It's a mouthful. There are so many mechanics. So many of them that I won't ever look at again in many cases. Oh, can I suddenly go through this door? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little excited that it was gonna open in front of me and not just be a portal door. Hastaloya. I have a glamour dresser here. Nana Somi? What are you doing down there? I can change her class? To anything I want to. We currently have a healer, a DPS, and a melee dude. It's a marauder, a conjurer, and an archer. Right, they don't have stuff like bard and paladin and stuff, and thaumat, not that, I don't know, healing ones. Summoner, maybe. Welcome to Squadron Barracks, Commander. I've been fully debriefed on this new initiative and stand ready to answer any questions you might have. First and foremost, however, we'll need to increase the number of squadron members. We have 3 recruits at present, but our squadron won't be ready to deploy until we have at least 4. Your own deeds as an adventurer should serve to attract new recruits. All you need to do is choose from hopefuls to submit their enlistment papers. So right there. Oh. Visit the barracks and read the enlistment papers to decide which recruit to wish to add to the squadron. There aren't any, sir. You get new recruits by completing challenge log stuff. Timers. Oh, this is interesting. This is a decent thing. So it keeps track of how many beast tribes you can do left today. I've never seen this menu before. And it shows the restart timers for various things. And it's just saying, yep, nothing's currently happening with your squadron. But eventually it's a way of keeping track of things. Subaquatic voyages, I've completed 3 out of 4 remaining. What does that mean? Oh, estate. This is whatever my guild's doing. Okay, so they're like, go do the thing, and then it's like, just kidding, you can't do the thing. I guess I'll queue up for PvP just to try the 2 things I haven't tried yet, and maybe that'll complete a challenge along the way. That person glows too much. Welp. It's, oh my god, 72 people? Time to be completely lost and confused in the storm of a PvP blunder. I think I'll settle for just doing this. I don't really want to go into a ranked match of the other thing. Both because I can't get into a training match because there's no one doing it. And I don't want to enter into a ranked match of some small team of people and just screw them over by not knowing what I'm doing, but I'll totally join into the chaos of a 72-member brawl and be like, I'm here too! And this is probably a more interesting thing. It's probably the difference between an arena and a battleground if you talk in WoW terms, and one of those is way more exciting than the other one is. Oh god, there's no healers in my entire party. That can't be good. What is that meter? Oh, that's a PvP thing, right? That's not my... I don't have a new meter to worry about how my character works. All 3 teams are here? So it's a 24-member squad. We have 1 healer! I guess, okay, people have the chance to change. I think a tank just turned into a DPS. I think people have the chance to change. So it does not let you have party composition. It's just, if you want to do well at this, hope you have, like, good teams to switch between. Let's see. Sorry, I really need to add, fuck. There we go. I don't even have a mountain button on this bar. They changed my bars. It's kind of terrifying. We have 2 tanks and we have 3 tanks and 1 healer. Jeez. It'll be fine. Do I have to like stay in this to... I think that's already ours. Alright, so people are using their mounts. That guy fell off. Everybody laughed. That guy also fell off. He lost a lot more health when he fell off. Oops. Bumped my mouse when I was trying to... Oh, that guy went off. How do I... Oh, these are all teammates, aren't they? I can't attack anything. What? Who's an enemy? Hang on a second. Yeah, there's my action bar. Yeah, what? I couldn't find an enemy to select, and I couldn't get like my bar to come up. That was confusing. How do I... Okay, there we go. I press that button at least and I'll be able to attack. What the fuck? I can't initiate combat. It's really frustrating. I never have trouble initiating combat, and in here I can't like select a target and start fighting. Do we have to defend this, or is it already good? Okay, I'm just gonna follow people. I can't really tell what team people are on. Oh shit. Yeah, I just straight up couldn't get my attack bar to start. I was stuck in like non-combat mode, and it just won't give me my attack bar. I have to like press foot graze for some reason, when normally I would just... Normally if I double tap A on anybody, it starts combat. That's how this game works. Is that guy an enemy? No? Well, this is not great. The blue people are probably enemies, right? I think green people are on my team. There we go. I'm gonna die now. Alright, I have no idea how to play this. Alright, let's try to bring up my action bar. How do I find my combat ones? My ones for this mode. Hopefully regular cascade works, so I can start combat at least. Because they replaced him with like super buttons that do something different now, and so I don't know if my normal buttons work. What bar is this? Set 2? No, that button doesn't work. Okay, now I'm in PvP at least now. That line of sight bad. There's a lot of line of sight combat, I think, where you're trying not to get seen by people, or you're fucked. Because everyone can all focus you at the same time. It's like, so I guess it's a MOBA with 70 players. It's kind of a fucking nightmare, honestly. What was that? Whoa, that's a different looking menu. Yeah, Cascade should be my first. That should be my combo opener. So it's currently 222, like everyone has the same number of places. Oh, tactical rating. Oh, we have the most tactical rating. We have 439. Oh no, we're second place now. Just gonna press some of my special buttons every now and then. I don't even know what they'll do. Okay, no. I can't. There's so many people I can't even effectively choose targets in time. I need to pick like a... I gotta remember that I gotta pick a dance partner. The auto-switching bar is really fucking me. I wonder if I can turn it off in PvP. Guess we're all going this way now. I'm just trying to move with the team on the hopes that it'll work out in some way. But I need to like start combat in order to even successfully... There we go, I got that works. If I start back here, I can at least try to do this. Where's my... There it is. Close position. Nope. Good to be on my team. And they're gone. Will it still work? I chose them as my dance partner, so I'm going to chase them. When I go wherever Lucy Luckless goes. I barely know how dance partner works though, because every time I've tried to play any content, it's turned off because it's a level 60 ability. So every time you get de-leveled by anything you're doing, you lose that entire mechanic and never get to try to use it. We currently have 1 flag. Does that mean we're losing? Oh, occupied location's 1? That's bad. Did we lose 1 then? Did she just fucking... Oh no, she sent her mount away. I thought she disappeared. This looks like we already have it. I have no idea what the tactic is here. So I slowed him. It should be harder for him to get away. Oh, now I'm gonna die. Yep. That was bait. This is incomprehensible to me. But the bar switching is definitely fucking me. Part of me wants to try to fix it after this, but part of me is thinking I'm never doing this again, so who cares? Because I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again. Does it say that red occupies this one that's right in front of our base? How do you change that? It looks like they're... I don't know. You would think you would sit in the circle to change it, right? Wait, I'm red. Am I red? I'm red, aren't I? Because that's the yeah, we're coming out of red. Oh, that fucks with me too. That's confusing. It's because our free company is Maelstrom, which I'm not. I'm Immortal Flames. So that's really confusing to me. Trying to pick it. Let me click on you, shit. Oh my god, it's so hard to click on him. I'm just trying to click on him. There we go, Jesus Christ. There's so many enemies that I can't pick the right one. There are so many allies. I was just trying to activate my thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just get stomped. Apparently Immortal Flames is kicking ass. Who I thought I was, so I thought we were winning. But apparently we're not. Apparently we're getting completely fucking crushed by a 2-to-1 ratio with anybody, no matter that you can look at. Alright, where are we going, War Bunny? I'm gonna dance partner you as soon as combat starts. That's where we're going. I don't know what the middle of the map is. There's obviously a bunch of control points on the outside of the map, but the middle does something. I think we were pretty much in a bad spot when we only had 2 healers. We only had 1 healer at the beginning, now we have 2. Alright, I thought I was going to help this person, but they're just running in circles now. We need team effort on blue. No ifs or buts. What's blue mean? Does blue mean the Immortal Flames? Because no one's there. God damn it, I can't fucking... Ah! Sophia, where is she? I have no idea how to PvP this. You have to be so much better at all the inputs. I don't know how to easily target people who I want to. I don't think I could effectively target who I want to in any MMO when there's this many enemies. I've never seen so many people in a giant pile in an MMO in anything. Even during Battlegrounds and WoW usually. And then Guild Wars I think was smaller fights when I played it. It was like 4-on-4. I didn't play that much Guild Wars. I don't know how anyone's playing this. How do you get good at this? Fucking select a target, damn it. God damn it, it switched bars again, motherfucker. Ah, now they're leaving. It's so frustrating. I need to put dance partner on my normal bar or something. I can't, like, select somebody to do my mechanics with. Let's see, close position. Unable to use in PvP areas? What the fuck do you mean? I have to use the special This sucks. This sucks. The game auto switches me to an empty bar most of the time. Like, I know that I turned the setting on, but the game also should know whether, like, what fucking thing is set up. How do you start combat? Clicking left stick doesn't do it. Normally it does, but now it locks onto someone or something, and I'm like, that's not what I want. I'm trying to pull my weapons out like I do in social areas in order to get my action bar back. I can't tell what I'm doing at all. Is it over soon? It's over in 5 minutes. It's weird. I've never had trouble starting a fight. Like, I play this game every day. Not literally every day. But I mean, like, you know, you go fight dudes. We do all those daily quests and those raids and so on. Item targeting, selecting an enemy and having the combat bar come up is not a challenge. Why can't it? So why is it that now I suddenly can't get my combat bar to come up? Looks like everyone retreated. So am I supposed to like regroup with them now and then we go back in? Are they healing in the zone? Is that the goal? Now we have 3 of something. I don't know what that means. We have 2 healers, so we have to keep it tight. No way to catch any of them. Any gaps they can exploit, then it's over for us. I don't understand the core mechanics, which I guess is my fault too. I thought it would make sense in some intuitive way, but I have no idea what's happening. People keep fighting up top, but intuitively you would think you're supposed to capture these zones, right? But we're not really trying to capture the zones that much. Instead we keep fighting up top to do something. There's like weird enemies that shoot you with lasers up there. How do I get my PvP actions? Why are they so hard to find? I don't know. PvP profile? How do I get my PvP buttons? Here we go. Close position. Fountain combo. Okay, this is something, I think. And there's War Bunny. I don't know who my current partner is. Iviema. I don't see that person around, so they might not be in this group. I'll select War Bunny. I don't see them here, though. Why do some of these people have names on their heads and some people don't? They don't seem to be the people in my party, because War Bunny's not in my party. So I don't know how it chooses who to give names. Oh. Oh, Theo War Bunny is the last name. I just ended my thing, didn't I? God fucking damn it. I didn't mean to press that. Giving it all she's got. Am I dead? It's over. They reached 1600 of something. I don't know what a tactical rating is either. Alright, well this was a gargantuan mistake, basically. My apologies to everyone involved, including the audience. I'm in that place. Not right here, now near the bottom. I mean, that person only did 13,000, so... You know... Could have gone slightly worse. Well, that was PvP. It somehow went worse than I ever thought it could. I never imagined I would struggle to even select enemies or start fighting most of the time. Whoa.